The day Messi scored a hat-trick in a major game, totally wrecking Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, was lit. This face-off between Barcelona and Manchester City went down on October 19, 2016 at Camp Nou during the Champions League group stage. Manchester City, helmed by Pep Guardiola, was stacked with ace players like Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, and David Silva. Barcelona, with Luis Enrique as the coach, was loaded with some of the world's top players like Suarez, Neymar, and the main star Messi, who together made up the legendary MSN trio. This game was a rare chance for Messi to go head-to-head with his former coach, Pep Guardiola. The ref kicked off the game, and it started off intense. Right from the jump, Barcelona pushed forward with Neymar, who, after juking a defender, tried to pass into the box but couldn't find his mates in good spots to receive it. 15 minutes in, Iniesta, Barcelona's midfielder, pulled off a slick heel pass to a teammate. But the momentum got messed up by a botched pass from Suarez right after. Then it was Messi's turn to shine in the game. Around the 16-minute mark, the Argentine superstar launched an attack and, getting close to the box, played a 1-2 with Iniesta, who fed it back to him inside the area. Using his insane skills and tons of experience, Messi dribbled past the opposing goalie and bagged his first goal of the match, scoring the lead for Barcelona. This early goal pumped up the Barca fans big time and showed Messi was on fire that day. 20 minutes into the game, the Argentine wizard challenged the opposing defense again, snagging the ball in the attack and pulling off a bold dribble, nutmegging a defender, then flicking a pass to Neymar, who was chilling on the left side. Neymar tried to loop it back to Messi in the center, but this time, Manchester City's defense was on point and managed to intercept the pass, sending the ball out of play. 30 minutes in, Barcelona went for an attack with a long pass to Neymar in the box. But before the Brazilian could get a handle on the ball, Manchester City's keeper stepped up to grab it, shutting down the play. Soon after, Barcelona scored a free kick in the offensive zone, and Messi took the shot, sending a cross into the area. Rakitic, in a solid spot, headed the ball toward the goal. However, the aim wasn't on point, and the ball ended up going out. Up to that moment, Manchester City hadn't pulled off any risky plays, leaving Pep Guardiola looking pretty ticked off. But that changed around the 36th minute when City started a play with David Silva getting the ball in the attack and passing it to Nolito in the box. Nolito, without a second thought, blasted the ball toward the goal. But Barcelona's keeper was ready and made a solid save. Right after, Manchester City came close to scoring again with Gundogan, who took the ball on the attack and moved toward Barcelona's box, weaving through defenders along the way. Reaching the penalty area, he launched a shot aiming for the goal. But Barcelona's keeper was on his game and pulled off an impressive save, keeping City from tying the game. Close to the end of the first half, Manchester City got a free kick near the opposing box. David Silva took the shot, whipping across into the area. Stones, positioned strategically, managed to get a header off that nearly resulted in a goal, skimming just past Barcelona's post and going out of play. Then, in stoppage time, Barcelona hit back with Messi receiving the ball in the attack and passing to Suarez in the box. The Uruguayan striker took the pass and quickly fired a shot toward the goal. But Manchester City's keeper made a spectacular save, barely keeping Barcelona from extending their lead. In the last play before the break, City launched an attack from the right flank with Sterling, who tried to send a cross into the box. But the ball got intercepted by a Barcelona defender, accidentally hitting his hand, which should have been a penalty. However, the ref didn't catch the foul, so no penalty was called. The second half kicked off even more intense. Right in the first minute, City pushed forward with De Bruyne, getting the ball on the right offensive side and trying a cross into the box. But before any teammate could get on the end of it, a Barcelona defender managed to intercept and clear the ball. De Bruyne looked fired up to make a difference in the game. Right after, the Belgian player got another pass on the right offensive side, and this time he went for a shot on goal. But the Barcelona keeper was on point and pulled off a solid save. 50 minutes into the game, Barcelona won a corner, and Neymar was on it, sending a cross into the area. Barca's defender, Umtiti, leaped higher than the rest and headed the ball, which flew close to the goal but ended up going out of play. A few minutes later, there was a controversial moment in the game. Manchester City's keeper came out of the box to collect the ball and, attempting a pass, got intercepted by Suarez. The Uruguayan player, noticing the keeper was far from his goal, tried to score with a lob shot. To prevent the goal, City's keeper chose to use his hands to block the shot outside the box. Clearly a no-go move. As a result of this infraction, the ref showed him a red card, sending him off the game. The foul committed by the keeper near the box turned into a free kick opportunity for Barcelona, with Messi stepping up to take it. With the main keeper out, this situation was especially dicey for Manchester City, given Messi's known skill at turning free kicks from such distances into goals. Messi went for a powerful shot, but he put way too much sauce on it, sending the ball flying way over the bar and straight out of bounds. At the 59-minute mark, Barcelona was on the move, with Rakitic passing the ball to Suarez, who pushed into the box and aimed for a finish, but a Manchester City defender stepped in, blocking Suarez's shot, and then the keeper snagged the ball. Now it was time for Messi to step back into the spotlight. Less than a minute later, Barcelona intercepted an opponent's pass in the defensive zone and quickly set up a counter, with Messi getting the ball near the area. The skilled Argentine player made space with ease and fired a shot right into the corner, bagging his second goal of the game and boosting Barcelona's lead. At this point, Pep Guardiola's frustration was obvious. And making things worse for City, Messi seemed far from satisfied with the current score, showing a clear hunger to widen the gap even more. 63 minutes into the game, Manchester City snatched the ball from their opponent and quickly launched a counter, with De Bruyne getting a sharp forward pass. The Belgian midfielder sped up to take control and, breaking into the area, unleashed a strong shot towards goal. But the Barcelona keeper was on point and pulled off an effective save, thus preventing a City goal. Right after, Barcelona hit back with a counter, where Neymar sent a long targeted pass to Suarez up front. However, before the Uruguayan striker could get a grip on the ball, a Manchester City defender slid in, fouling Suarez and halting the play's progress. Now, it was Messi's turn to steal the show again. In the 68th minute, Suarez picked off a poorly calculated pass from Manchester City near the defensive area, landing in a prime spot face-to-face with the opposing goalie. Choosing not to shoot directly, the Uruguayan forward decided to dish the ball to Messi, who, without skipping a beat, fired off a first-time shot, nailing it into the goal. Messi's third goal of the game had the fans going wild, hyping up their team's stellar performance and highlighting Barcelona's dominance in the match. Meanwhile, coach Pep Guardiola was probably feeling the sting of not having a player like Messi on his side. A few minutes later, Manchester City looked for a comeback with Sterling, who kicked off a solo run, dribbling past defenders but ended up getting fouled near the box. Kolarov, City's number 11, stepped up for the kick and launched a strong and accurate shot. But the Barcelona keeper once again came through with an excellent save, keeping the goal safe. Around the 73rd minute, Manchester City mounted another attack, with Sterling getting the ball and pushing toward the opponent's goal. But before he could make a move, Mathieu, Barcelona's defender, slid in with a tackle, cutting off the play. For that foul, Mathieu was shown his second yellow card of the match, leading to a red card and his ejection from the game. Now it was Neymar's turn to shine in the match. In the 81st minute, the Brazilian player got the ball in the attack and pulled off a set play, passing the ball and moving to catch a cross in the area. Neymar then caught the cross and shot first time, but Manchester City's keeper made an outstanding save, stopping Barcelona from extending their lead. Now it was time for Messi to light up the game again. Around the 85th minute, Barcelona set up an attack, with Neymar feeding the ball to Messi up front. Getting the pass, the Argentine decided to go for a solo play, breaking into the box and weaving through several players until he was taken down by a slide tackle inside the area. Without hesitation, the ref instantly called a penalty for Barcelona. Neymar was tapped to take the penalty kick. The Brazilian player lined up for the shot, but his attempt wasn't top-notch, letting the keeper make an easy save. Neymar's frustration after missing the penalty was super obvious on his face. This sparked in the Brazilian star a strong desire for redemption. As the game was nearing its end, around the 44th minute, Barcelona launched an attack with Messi passing the ball to Neymar near the box. The Brazilian ace then chose to go solo, dodging the defenders in an impressive manner and finishing with a precise shot that sent the ball to the back of the net, boosting Barcelona's lead. This epic goal by Neymar showed that under pressure, he can pull off extraordinary feats. Barcelona fans undoubtedly shook off Neymar's missed penalty and went wild, celebrating the significant victory their team was clinching. A few minutes passed, and the ref signaled the end of the game. Messi shined as the main star of the match, scoring 3 spectacular goals against Manchester City, led by his former coach Pep Guardiola, who left the field that day feeling totally humble. The day Messi scored 2 goals in a championship final and totally schooled Neymar was epic. This legendary game went down on December 18, 2011, in a showdown between Barcelona and Santos to see who'd snag the FIFA Club World Cup. Santos, with Neymar leading the charge, was at the top of their game. with Neymar being the Brazilian soccer scene's next big thing at just 19. Messi's Barca squad was the heavy fab, packing major heat with stars like Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, Busquets, and the gang. It was this rare chance to catch a Neymar versus Messi face-off in a clutch match. Once the game kicked off, Barca was all over them. In under 2 minutes, Messi made a solo move against the Santos defense but got swarmed by 5 players who snagged the ball. Then it was Neymar's turn to shine. 7 minutes in, on a Santos break, the Brazilian superstar tried to weave through Barca's D, but got shook by their skill level and lost the ball to Puyol. Next up, Barca flipped it with Messi darting forward, leaving 2 players in the dust. Messi passed it to Thiago, who tried to play it back inside the box but tripped up and lost it. Around the 12-minute mark, Messi was at it again, grabbing the ball midfield and tearing up the pitch with his speed and moves, dodging a defender and winding up for the shot. But shocker, Santos' keeper was on his game, blocking Messi's shot and the follow-up from Thiago. Minutes later, Santos went on the offensive with Neymar, booking it downfield. But as he neared the box, got taken down and lost the ball to the opposing defense. Seemed like Neymar was off his game. And the worst part? Things were only going downhill from there. At the 16-minute mark, Messi kicked off an attack, playing a quick 1-2 with his teammates and getting the ball back in the box, face-to-face with the opposing keeper. With the skill and chill only a player of his caliber has, Messi lobbed the ball over the Santos keeper. The defender tried his best to block it, but no dice, and Barca scored the first goal of the game. 2 minutes later, Barca was on the attack again with Messi getting the ball near the box and passing to a teammate who couldn't make the catch and ended up fouling. Messi was like everywhere in the game. By the 21st minute, the Argentine ace was at it again, linking up with Thiago, who entered the box and passed it back to Messi. Messi tried to outmaneuver the Santos defenders but lost the ball. Over 20 minutes into the game and Neymar was barely a blip on the radar. And just when things couldn't get worse, at the 23-minute mark, Barca mounted another attack with Daniel Alves taking the ball down the left flank. Entering the box, he passed to Xavi, who controlled the ball and didn't hesitate to blast it into the net, scoring Barca's second. The game was so chill for Barcelona, it hardly felt like a FIFA Club World Cup final. Before you keep watching the vid, hit that subscribe button, please! Less than 2 minutes later, Barca was on the prowl again with Messi teaming up with Fabregas and getting the ball back in the box to finish. But at the last second, a Santos defender popped up and managed to clear the ball to the sideline. Around the 28-minute mark, Barca nearly bagged another when Xavi sent a beautiful pass to Fabregas, who chested the ball and shot, but it hit the post! Now was Neymar's moment to shine in the game. At the 37-minute mark, Neymar tried to make a play by snatching the ball from Barca's defense. But as soon as he did, he was fouled by Piqué, stopping the play and earning Piqué a yellow card. Neymar was having a rough day. It was like all his skill had vanished from the game. Around the 40-minute mark, the few times Neymar got the ball, he messed up the pass and lost possession for his team. But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Messi was hungry for more and looking to help his team widen the lead. At the 44th minute, the Argentine star got a pass inside the box, but was swarmed by the opposing defenders. Messi, using his creativity and skill, flicked a back heel to Daniel Alves, who whipped in a cross, and Thiago leapt for a header, but the keeper managed to punch it away. On the rebound, Fabregas, perfectly placed, didn't miss the chance, and banged in the third goal for Barca in the game. And that's how the first half wrapped up, with Messi killing it while Neymar hardly touched the ball. The second half kicked off with Barca snatching the ball from the opposing defense and Messi breaking forward with all his speed and finesse. When the Argentine ace got inside the box, he passed to Fabregas, who took a shot at goal, almost adding to the score if not for a solid save from the Santos keeper. Messi wasn't satisfied with the score. He wanted more. 51 minutes into the game, Barca's number 10 picked up the ball midfield and charged forward, dodging and leaving several opponents behind. Getting near the box, Messi passed to Thiago, who crossed to Daniel Alves, going for a header, but hitting it poorly, and the ball went out. 2 minutes later, Barca was back at it with Fabregas getting the ball on the left flank and crossing to Messi, who nearly scored another if not for the Santos keeper's clutch save. Right after, less than a minute later, Santos tried to make a comeback with a team play, Elano passing into the box to Borges, but the Barca keeper closed in on the player and made the save. Neymar was struggling even to get involved in his team's offensive plays, but at the 56th minute of the game, he decided to switch it up, receiving a forward pass that put him one-on-one with the keeper. Unlike Messi, who who kept his cool and lobbed the keeper to score, Neymar didn't have the same finesse and ended up blasting the ball straight at the opponent, blowing the best chance Santos had up to that point. And while Neymar wasn't exactly shining, Messi, on the other hand, was all about extending the lead. Around the 58-minute mark, the Argentine star got the ball and tried to dodge a Santos defender, but the defense was tight on him, and he ended up drawing a heavy foul. 3 minutes passed, and Santos went on the offensive, earning a corner. After a scramble in the box, the ball fell to Neymar, who attempted a shot from outside the box, but a Barca defender blocked it, taking possession. At the 63rd minute, Neymar got a sick long pass on the left attack. In a rare flash of brilliance in this match, the Brazilian ace used his skill to shake off 2 defenders and create space to pass to his teammate, who, lacking his skill, mishandled the ball, losing possession. The second half was slightly less rough for Neymar and his team, but it seemed not enough to turn the game around. Around the 68th minute, Barca went on the attack with Daniel Alves breaking into the box from the left and passing to Messi. But lucky for Santos, the ref called offside. A few minutes later, Messi was back at it, bothering Santos' defense with a forward pass to Daniel Alves, who received the ball, faced the keeper, but again, the ref called offside. Around the 72nd minute, the Argentine wizard appeared again, getting a long pass from the other side of the field, controlling it with his head and going on the attack. Messi managed to dribble past some opposing players, but eventually lost the ball to the last defender of Santos. Now it was Neymar's turn to step up. Less than a minute later, Santos tried to make a comeback with Neymar linking up in the attack to Ganso, who broke into the box and tried to shoot, but the shot was blocked by a Barca defender. Seconds after, Neymar got the ball again and attempted a short pass, which was snatched by the opponent. Following that, Barca launched a counter with Messi tearing up the field, dodging 2 Santos players until he was fouled, halting his run and earning the offender a yellow card. The game was winding down, and Messi was thirsty to up the score by any means. Then, at the 81st minute, Barca snagged the ball and mounted an attack on the left with Daniel Alves breaking into the area and feeding Messi. The Argentine ace once more didn't waste the chance and pulled off a slick move on the keeper, nailing his second goal of the match and Barca's 4th. At this point, Lionel Messi was schooling the world and Neymar, showing he still had a long way to go to match his level of play. Minutes ticked by, and Santos tried to spark a minor rally with Neymar getting the ball and pushing forward, but he lost it to Barca's defenders. Before the game ended, at the 88th minute, Messi was again hassling Santos' defense, trying to break into the box, passing to a teammate, and getting the ball back in front. But his effort was cut off by an opposing defender. And that's how the game wrapped up, with Barcelona crushing Santos 4-0, snagging the FIFA Club World Cup of 2011. This personal duel between Neymar and Messi showcased the Argentines' far superior technical level, leaving no doubt who was the top player at the time. Years passed, and instead of rivals, they became teammates in 2013 when Neymar was signed by Barca. Together, they killed it, forming one of the most formidable attacks ever. The day Messi lit up the field in a championship final with a historic win was just unreal. The face-off between Barcelona and Sevilla went down on August 11th, 2015 in the UEFA Super Cup final. Messi's Barcelona was having a killer season, and snagging this title was mega crucial for the Argentine superstar to bag his 5th FIFA Ballon d'Or. The ref kicked off the game and it started off intense. Right in the first minute, Sevilla made a bold move attacking, with Reyes getting a sharp forward pass, but he was swiftly taken down by a tough slide from Mascherano near the box. This foul, just 22 meters from the goal, was a massive threat to Barcelona, cranking up the tension in the stadium. Banega, rocking jersey 19, got set with total focus for the kick and shot with wicked precision toward the goal, slotting the ball right into the net, leaving the Barcelona keeper just watching the play. Sevilla scoring so early was a heavy hit for Barcelona, now under the pump and needing to hustle to flip the script. Now, it was Messi's turn to step up. Around the 5-minute mark, Barcelona pushed for an attack, with Messi linking up with Suarez, but due to tight marking, Suarez got dropped near the box. The foul, just 19 meters from the goal, gave Messi the perfect shot to clap back at the goal they conceded and show off his mad skills on free kicks. Messi zoned in before taking the free kick and nailed a perfect shot, hitting the spot right on. Messi's equalizer boosted Barcelona's vibes and got the crowd hyped, celebrating big time. The Argentine ace seemed on fire that day. At 11 minutes, Messi got the ball on the right flank and tried to outplay a defender by lobbing the ball over his head. But before he could chase it down, he was stopped by the same player who fouled him. At 13 minutes in, Barcelona tried to launch an attack, but it got cut short when Rakitic was fouled hard near the box, teeing up another dangerous set piece. Messi stepped up to take the free kick again, but this time he faced a keeper who was even more on his toes and dead set on stopping any goals. However, all the Sevilla keeper's efforts turned out to be no match for Messi, who once again delivered a killer shot, beating the wall and smashing the ball into the net. This second free kick goal from Messi in such a short time underscored his insane ability to turn chances into spectacular goals, cementing his rep as a master of this art. Close to the 23rd minute, Barcelona earned a corner and Messi went for a unique approach, aiming for an Olympic goal. But the Sevilla keeper was alert and blocked the attempt. At 27 minutes, Barcelona orchestrated a group attack, with Matteo getting the ball on the left side and whipping it into the box. Suarez, perfectly positioned and unmarked, got the pass and nailed it, sending the ball into the net. But before the Uruguayan striker could celebrate, the ref called offside, wiping out the whole play. As the first half was winding down, around the 43rd minute, Barcelona broke away on a counter, leaving Suarez one-on-one with the opposing keeper. Suarez's shot, though, wasn't spot on and got blocked by the keeper, who punched it away. The rebound fell back to Suarez, who this time decided to wait for backup and passed it to Rafinha in the middle of the box, who managed to finish and put the ball into the net. This third goal for Barcelona widened the Catalan team's lead, reinforcing the vibe that they could win this game easily. The second half kicked off even more intense. Barcelona was the first to hit the ground running at the 47th minute, with Suarez taking the ball on the right side and firing a shot from outside the box. But the power was too much, and the ball soared high, flying over the crossbar. But Suarez was fired up to make his mark on the game. Soon after, at 51 minutes, Barcelona intercepted a pass in the opponent's defense and quickly set up a counterattack. Suarez got the ball inside the box and came face-to-face with the keeper. The Uruguayan striker seized the moment and shot through the keeper's legs, scoring the goal. This fourth goal for Barcelona significantly widened their lead and brought the Catalan team even closer to clinching the title. But the opponents weren't ready to just roll over. At 56 minutes, Sevilla launched a quick counterattack, with Vitalo pushing up the left flank and sending the ball into the middle. Reyes, number 10, perfectly positioned and unmarked, took the pass and finished successfully, scoring the goal. Instead of celebrating, Sevilla players quickly grabbed the ball and restarted the game, looking to save time. Right after the goal, Barcelona went back on the offensive with a series of quick passes that ended with Rafinha receiving the ball inside the box. He spun and fired a strong shot at goal. However, the opposing keeper was on his toes and pulled off a fantastic save. Messi, who had been quiet in the second half, needed to shine again. At 60 minutes, the Argentine ace sparked a quick counterattack, linking up with Rakitic and racing across the field. Once inside the box, Messi dished it to the center for Rakitic, who took a shot, but it was blocked by an opposing defender and went out for a corner. Rakitic took the corner kick and whipped in a cross. Rafinha, well placed, headed the ball toward the goal, but it smacked the crossbar, just missing a goal. At 70 minutes, it was Sevilla's turn to hit back with Tremolinas on the left, sending a cross into the area. But as Vitolo went for the header, he was taken down in the box by Mathieu, who picked up a yellow card for the foul. Gamiro, number 9, lined up and focused for the penalty and fired a shot into the corner, leaving no chance for the Barcelona keeper. This third goal for Sevilla in the match really boosted the team's confidence, now just one goal away from tying the game. Messi was getting frustrated watching the opponent make a comeback. Around 74 minutes, the Argentine star received the ball up front and decided to risk a powerful and precise shot from outside the area. Despite striking it well, the Sevilla keeper was alert and made a great save. Soon after, as Sevilla tried to mount an attack, a scuffle for the ball led to a foul against them. Banega, wearing number 19, stepped up for the free kick and sent a cross into the box. Koch got the ball on the right side and tried to pass to the center, aiming for Gamiro, but the striker couldn't reach it in time, and the ball rolled out of bounds. Around the 80th minute, Sevilla executed a throw-in, passing the ball to Immobile on the right. He shook off a defender and sent a pass into the center of the box. Konoplyanka, perfectly positioned, received the pass and nailed it, scoring the equalizing goal. The Sevilla squad burst into joy with that goal, seeing a chance to turn the score around. On the other side, worry and frustration were clear on the face of Barcelona's coach, Luis Enrique, at the thought of losing the title. As the game neared its end, at the 88th minute, Messi tried to pull off a solo move but got stopped by a foul. Even though the foul was from a considerable distance from the goal, it still posed a significant threat, as Messi had already scored twice from similar situations during the match. The Argentine star got set with focus and unleashed a powerful shot that almost made it skimming close to the crossbar and going out. In the last play before the break, Barcelona launched a quick counter with Suarez charging down the field, only to be taken down by a slide tackle from behind. Messi lined up for the free kick again and took a strong shot, but this time the ball hit the wall. With no more changes in the score, the game went into overtime. The first half of overtime kicked off intense, with loads of fouls being committed by both teams. The clearest chance of the first half of overtime came at 105 minutes when Mariano from Sevilla got the ball in the box. He pulled off a body feint to dodge the defense and carve out space for a shot. Despite the effort, his shot was weak, allowing the Barcelona keeper to make an easy save. The second half of overtime started, and Messi was all set to decide the game. At 108 minutes, Barcelona mounted an attack with Daniel Alves whipping across into the middle, where Messi tried for a spectacular bicycle kick. However, he didn't connect well, and the ball flew wide of the goal. A few minutes later, Messi controlled the ball up front and attempted a solo play, only to be stopped by a foul near the box, abruptly halting his advance. The foul, just 22 meters from the goal, gave Messi a perfect chance to score, considering his impressive track record of turning similar opportunities into memorable goals. The Argentine star carefully set up and unleashed a powerful kick, which got blocked by the wall. But the rebound fell right back to his feet. On his second try, Messi opted for a low, well-placed shot. However, the Sevilla keeper managed to save it, though he couldn't hold onto the ball tightly. Pedro, strategically positioned in the box, pounced on the rebound left by the keeper and drilled the ball into the back of the net, scoring Barcelona's fifth goal in the thrilling final minutes of the match. This goal triggered an intense celebration among the Barcelona players, who felt immense relief and deep satisfaction at securing the victory after an intense and heart-pounding match. Not long after, the ref blew the final whistle. Barcelona clinched the UEFA Super Cup, thanks to an epic performance by Messi in turning free kicks into goals. That year, the Argentine superstar had an amazing season with Barcelona, sweeping all the tournaments he played in and snagging his fifth Ballon d'Or.